All right, everybody, welcome back to the Titans table for two and the two-tone blue. That's Andrew,
That's Christian.
and we haven't been with you guys in a little bit. We're going to explain all that, get into everything, talk a little bit about the state of the Titans and where we see everything going here in the future. We'll get into all that when we come back. All right, everybody. Titans Table for Two back with you guys, man. First, shout out CPN, Curtis Podcast Network, for having us along. Go check all those boys out, man. This AFC South show, which is all of your AFC South teams every week, discussing everything AFC South. You got Third and Teal if you're a Jags fan, Unstable for the Colts, and this Real Texas Team podcast for the Houston Texans. So go give all those boys in particular some likes and subscribes and everything. They're rivals, but they're friends of the show. We appreciate them, guys. Also, Kingmaker Sports is a good one if you like fantasy football. I really enjoy actually checking that out with Justin on there every week. Wrestling, they got Tag Team Talk if you're a wrestling fan. So just about anything sports or entertainment related, they got something for you. So go shout out
We'll get our Jaguars fans in here today for sure. Robert's big. He's always on this AFC South show. So shout out Robert for joining us. He's a big Jags fan.
Yeah, it's harder for me. Dude, I'm on my phone this week, guys. Like, I don't have my computer and stuff, so that was hard for me to see. I knew it said some bullshit.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're glad to be back with you guys, man. We are sorry about that. I'm not going to go into details, but there's been a lot of health issues with family and stuff going on. It's made things really rough. So we're trying to finish strong and get back into everything and try to be here with you guys twice a week again. But we are sorry about that. It's just been rough, not only for the Titans, but just in personal life. There's just been a lot of things going on. So thank you to everybody sticking around, sticking with us, being patient and understanding those things. Everything's kind of settling down and getting better now. So, but that's the explanation for that and the absence. But yeah, man, a lot to get into. We've missed a number of weeks here with everything going on. Just to be kind of frank about it, this is probably the worst Titans season I can remember in my lifetime. We've had I know there's like a 3-win season out there somewhere and like a 4-win season, but other than a couple of those, Titans have been kind of middle of the pack, for most of my life. We've either been kind of close to the playoffs, but we've never really just been that bottom of the barrel consistently. You've had a few of those seasons. So this is rough, man. I'm not, we're not the Browns. We don't get these seasons and are kind of used to them, all the time. We may not be the best in the league, but like I said, I'm used to the Titans kind of being here to here as opposed to here, So it's been rough. I'm not going to lie. It has been a rough one. A lot of ups and downs. We got a new interim head coach. I guess we can talk about that a little bit too. People are driving me nuts with the coaching candidates already, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what's up with the Titans, man? Just talk a little bit about what we've seen the last month or so since we've been gone.
I mean, yeah, I think some trades maybe not expected, some a little more expected. With Draymond being traded, kind of expected Draymond.
Yeah.
To get traded. I think the biggest one, Jarvis and Roger. I guess that just kind of tells you this was Roger's contract year. To me, it just means they weren't going to resign.
Yeah, I was hoping that maybe that'd be somebody that they could
lock up.
Yeah, but it's just knowing football in the business, you kind of knew that was a high possibility of him not being here any longer. Once we got to week 6, week 7, and it was pretty evident where the season was going. A lot of those guys. One guy I'm glad to hear didn't get moved because I heard a lot of rumors about it, and it infuriated me after the Jarvis thing, especially too. Was Tavondre Sweat. I was going to riot. I swear, man. He was one of the names you were hearing. And I was just thinking, why, man? And that was a little puzzling, man, with the Jarvis thing. We talked about it. We were around and talking about that recently. It's like, just don't get rid of the young players. I thought you keep the young guys that have a little promise and then get rid of the old veterans, that you won't be there next year, contract guys, But
it seemed like there's probably something going on behind the scenes with Jarvis.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's got to be something more. But what stood out for me is like you question those moves for sure. But the play of Marcus Harris the last few weeks as he stepped into that role, and we're like, okay, they know more than because he's looked really, pretty good in his last 3 starts at the slot corner. So, we met Marcus at the practice, and he's a really nice guy, and he's really showed out. I mean, he's done a really good job in the slot. So,
been one of the few bright spots in a dark season, man.
It goes for the whole rookie class. Honestly, I mean, everybody's kind of. I mean, obviously, Femi's been out, but Cam has gotten better and better each week. We'll dig deeper into Cam, obviously, because
Gunner seems to be becoming more of a part of the offense.
Gunner and Chig is leading the league in all-purpose yards and getting more and more involved.
Chimere DK, man, come on! I mean, dude, he's going to be an All-Pro returner this year, man. Most likely.
Alec's been up and down, but he's shown some bright spots. Kevin Winston, after he's finally fully back from injury, has looked like a stud.
I want to take a moment to kind of vindicate myself on that a little bit. You have a lot of Titans voices out there too, man. That crapped all over that pick, man. I was always of the thought, just give it time, man. Just give it a little time. Let the guy come along slowly and recover from everything he had going on, and just give it time. People were crapping on that pick, and I mean, it's still a lot of time to tell how it's going to work out, right? It's still just rookie years for these guys, but I'm glad to see that for him, man, because I was excited for the Kevin Winston pick. I thought it was a cool pick that slid to us there, and a lot of people crapping on that, but
it was the right spot to make that pick because he was injured, so he failed because he was into the first round, beginning of the second round talent, and you see him on the field now, and he dropped to the third because of injury, and that's where you want to make that pick. Not the Caleb Farley's where you're wasting that pick has got to hit the first round pick, and he dropped. We're like a top 10 pick that fell, but you can't make that pick there. It worked out for Jeff Simmons, but that was a little different. Like it was just an ACL, you're talking about degenerative back issues with Caleb Farley. Broken back is a lot different.
And I like Farley, man. That just didn't work out.
He had a lot of talent. I mean, injury after injury after injury.
Yeah. But happy for Kevin Winston, man, for sure. Rookie class is looking good, man. If you look at it as a whole, pretty solid, man.
I mean, Femi was always a developmental piece, so we really won't see if that plays out until next year, maybe when he has a full year. I mean, he's been hurt, but and then Khalil Mullins was the other one. I mean, he's been hurt too, but he's always kind of came in as like a special teams guy. Anyway, I'd like to see him get some carries because he is a little different than Tony Pollard and Tajay. He gives that big back feel. So I'd like to, now that he came back last week, I wouldn't mind like not seeing Chestnut get a couple carries a game and see Khalil get those carries and just see what he can do with them. I'm kind of over the Chestnut experience. I mean, I would really, it's a really cool story. He made the team out of Sacred Heart, wherever he came out of. And I like Chestnut, nothing against him, but as a team moving forward, I'd like to see what Khalil Mullins can do back there. Because there is those 3rd and 1s where it seems a little harder to get because neither Tajay or Tony are big guys that are really just going to.
Yeah, I would like for Cam to have something like that too, to rely on. Gosh, it'd be great if someone like a Derrick Henry was still around for Cam to lean on a little bit, man. But I think Cam could definitely use a little more help in the backfield from the backs for sure, man. Tony, I like Tony and Tajay, but I saw even a video today, man. I kind of would, if we're gonna have a combo like that, they're almost a little too similar in a way.
Yeah.
I missed the days though. What were they called, man? Was it Thunder and Lightning or something? We had different names. It was a different name for them.
Smash and Dash.
Smash and Dash. That's right.
Lindell
White and Chris Johnson, man. That was great, dude. I just saw a video yesterday was showing our Thanksgiving win against the Lions that year, and those were fun times, man. Both of those guys over 100 yards some games, man. But yeah, if you're gonna have a 1-2 combo like that, I think you need a big bruiser back there as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely looking to shake up the halfbacks this season as well. I guess we could also get into maybe some of the injuries we've seen since we've been gone. A few bigger ones than others.
Yeah, I mean
Calvin Ridley's the biggest one that jumps off the
Calvin, yeah, he really sucked because
Page.
he got that hamstring, and then he came back, and his first play back, he makes a catch for like 14 yards and gets cracked. And no surprise, that was Azeez Al-Shaair, who we know well. He played here for a year, but he's definitely toes the line on dirty hits.
It was him. I believe I saw that he was like hospital the next day though after surgery. So shout out to him, man, if that's true.
Yeah.
If
Hope
you came to
Calvin's in
see him.
good spirits. I know he, like I said, worked hard because he would be. I mean, luckily these young players have stepped up, but he was somebody. Jeff was out for a little bit. Good to see him back because he's still playing really well. Good to finally see him and Tavondre out there at the same time because Sweat was out for a while, and as soon as Sweat came back, Jeff got hurt. So, and we're gonna need him this week too.
I mean, honestly, that defensive front can look pretty good next year if you can keep those two guys on the field at the same time. If Femi continues to improve on the edge there, and I'm hoping we get a big defender this year on the line or something. That's what I'm hoping for, a big pass rusher. And we might be doing all right next year on that line, man. Who knows? But there are some good and positive things that you see from the team with as dark as it's been and stuff. Some people are completely out on Cam Ward. I don't understand how you judge Cam Ward and make a judgment on him with the team that he's had this year and everything going on. I don't think you can make a fair assessment of him. Just being honest with everything going on.
I think he's playing better and better every week too.
Yeah, this last week against the Seahawks had a lot of promising stuff.
He's started to use his legs a little more.
Yeah, and he has these flashes of really great quarterback play, man. He just he hasn't had the full support that he needs all year. Some people are saying, well, he's had more time than Will Levis. But dude, like Will Levis did some wonky stuff, man. I mean, yeah, Cam's lost the ball and stuff a couple times. There's been a lot of talk about small hands, and I don't think that's an issue. I think it's just something people immediately go to when you see that stuff from a quarterback. But
I don't think we need to fire the GM, but because the GM that came in this year had a really good draft, and I like his vision. But
the
staff definitely, I think we'll get a whole new coaching staff next year.
Well, I do like how Borgonzi finally seemed to kind of take the reins, man. Like you had Chad Brinker and Borgonzi in these press conferences, and like Borgonzi almost looked like his freaking
assistant.
Yeah, he just didn't. It was really weird, man. But he's kind of come out the more recent press conferences that we've seen and stuff. I feel a little bit better. I'm not there with the GM or anything.
No, I like Borgonzi.
He's still, there's still a lot that he's inherited that he's kind of going through. You know what I mean?
If you just look at this year, like the draft, like we just talked about all the young guys, and then the free agency, he didn't go and overspend. He got some guys to fill some holes because he knew what this team was. And you're going to carry some of this cap into next year. And, I think Xavier Woods, good fill-in safety until Evan Winston could get back. And Quandre Diggs, Draymond Jones, you sign him for 1 year, $10 million, and you just trade him to the Ravens for a fifth, possibly a fourth-round pick. All he needs is another half a sack, and then he needed 2 sacks, and they make the playoffs.
Yeah,
1.5 already, and they make the playoffs. He has half a sack, and they make the playoffs. That fifth round turns into a fourth round. Somebody off the street that came in like the second round of free agency, who I love that pick. I talked about that in length when we signed him. I like Draymond Jones, but he was never going to be here next year.
No,
he turned a signing.
You had a lot of 1 and 2 year guys, man. You had Cody Barton comes in. You mentioned Draymond. The list was actually pretty long. I'd have to pull it up to make sure I hit every name.
And Dan Moore. What you think he's done? He's had the moments where you're like, what the heck? But he's been an average tackle. I think you feel a little worse about J.C. Latham, honestly, who's had some struggles. Who's looked okay, but that's a first-round pick. It should be.
It's not where he should be. Yeah, that's not what you want. It's looking like we wish and he got picked before we got there. But
Kevin Zeitler coming in.
Yeah,
Geod Ward, has been really standing out for somebody like we don't have a lot of edge players, and they've done a good job getting pressure. Actually, most games.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
And they've done what we've needed them there for, man. I'm okay with the GM's job and work he's done this year.
We haven't signed anybody throughout the season. but we haven't been in position to like, hey, we're trying to
No.
make a move to the playoffs either.
Right.
So
Right.
I think they've been really just coaching these guys up. The younger players have gotten better and better. That's a good question.
That's what you
I
want to
think
see,
if
man.
we were sitting around 500, we might have been in the Jacoby Myers thing, trade
Yeah.
thing too, like for y'all.
I mean, you have 2 more drafts like this last one, man. This team can turn around. Yeah, because if you get a lot of young players that are developed and doing well, and you're hitting on a lot of these picks, man, this can turn around pretty quickly, man. If we have competency in the front office, especially when it comes to the draft and free agency.
I trust Borgonzi more than a lot of the GMs we've had recently. I liked Rand and I liked J. Rob at first, but I feel way better about Borgonzi as like a team builder.
Yeah. J. Rob can go kick rocks, man. Old boy he's really smug and arrogant about everything.
Definitely trash. I'm
Did you
glad.
see those tweets he put out after what was it? What even?
Who?
J. Rob put a tweet out this year. I don't even want to call him J. Rob.
Instagram, something is like still blaming me or something like that. Yeah, we are. I mean, you wasted 3 first round
I could
picks.
go through every one of your picks, dude. Guess what? Out of all of your picks, I think 2 of them are still in the league.
Yeah.
And they're not even like starters.
Jeff Simmons
buddy.
Is like
the only player.
Yeah.
What's the Isaiah dipshit over there? Wilson, yeah. I mean, dude, like the list goes on. You have a pretty bad record, dude. So yeah, it's your fault. You share a big part of the blame, dude. I can't stand that guy anymore, man. I like Rand. I actually like to watch Rand Carthon, and get his analysis, especially on the Titans, because he seems to be pretty fair about the team and stuff. He doesn't seem bitter or anything. I like Rand Carthon, dude. But J. Rob, man, he can go kick rocks, dude. And he's too smug for how horrible his record was.
The reason he's not anywhere right now.
Yeah, we're talking about people that are here now and what we're doing now. So screw him.
Yeah, for sure.
But I guess go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's a lot to be excited about. And just to get back for a second on the Cam Moore, Will Levis thing, you see 2 plays in this game last week where Cam makes a crazy throw, one to Chig, one to Restrepo. It was good to see Restrepo out there too, finally.
Yes.
If Will Levis tried to make those same exact plays, those are interceptions. The Cam Moore can do that and make those plays. That's the difference. He doesn't he sees it and does it instead of like trying to take a chance and not seeing it through. Like,
right.
You could definitely tell Restrepo and Cam had a connection too. As soon as he started scrambling on the pocket, Restrepo went to the window and knew where to sit where Cam would find him. So
I'm of the feeling that guy should have been out there all year just because of that, like sort of comfort. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He should have been there all year, in my opinion.
We'll see if he gets elevated again tomorrow. That'd be nice.
Yeah, absolutely. I would have swapped out a Van Jefferson so quick for someone like that. And it wouldn't have been Van Jefferson that would have dropped if you slid him in there. It would have been,
I think at this point, Mason Kinsey. Like, why is Mason?
That's what I was going to say. Somebody like a Kinsey or an Oliver or something in there.
I know Kinsey is better special teams player, but I mean,
really, is that like anything that we?
I mean, it's important, but our special teams. He's not.
Not yet.
He's not one of the reasons special teams have been good this year.
Right.
Really bright spot for us, and it's not because of Mason Kinsey.
Right. Exactly. You could find 100 other guys to do what Mason Kinsey can do on special teams. I guess that's where I was getting at.
Safety out there that can do that.
And man, shout out to Chimere DK, man. We mentioned it briefly again, but he's been one of the few really fun things to watch this year, man.
He might be our only All-Pro, but he should definitely be
I really wish that could have happened in a season where we were like contenders and these punt returns and things could mean more. But good on him either way, man.
I think it's good. Like building, you've seen as he's gotten better at punt return, he's gotten more confidence as a receiver.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Those 3 guys that we picked right there in the middle of the draft, man, I think were just really solid picks for where we got them. Excuse me.
That's true.
And all 3 of them continue to show growth, and I'm really, really encouraged by seeing that. Gunner, Chimere, and Eilik Aomanor, man, all 3 of those guys I'm really excited to see.
And then young on defense, you're trying to Cedric Gray's look amazing. Kevin Winston's looking amazing.
Yeah. So we have some young talent that's there and ready to kind of show what they can do.
Because Will Levis is trash. Cohen made him look draftable at Kentucky. It's true.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, dude, come on now. Will Levis lost to Vanderbilt back before Vanderbilt. It was the Vanderbilt we see this season. And no disrespect, I'm a Vanderbilt fan, man.
I agree.
But you know,
Walker's look really good back there. Okay, so let's get into the Jags game. I'm gonna run down the injury report first, and then we can kind of get into.
yeah. Just touch on this week a little bit. You know, hey, we know where this season's going, but you know.
Yeah, I do think this is a game the Titans could get away with, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Jalen Armour Davis is out. They brought in Kyer Elam as a corner this week, so we'll see him out there probably. Ellick is questionable, still trying to recover from the hamstring, but he was doing sprints from what I saw, so we'll see.
Yeah.
About how he feels Sunday morning. Kendall Brooks is out. Lloyd Cushenberry is out, which I'm okay with. I'd like to see Levin out there anyway at this point. Dan Moore is questionable.
Hey, did y'all hear that? He said he's okay with Lloyd Cushenberry being hurt. I'm just kidding. That's not what we meant.
Dan Moore questionable. I do hope he can go. But luckily, they are going to be down one of their pass rushers. Chigakonkwo is questionable. I want to see him play, but I wouldn't be against seeing Gunner out there a little more. Cy Tuttle is out as well. Our backup defensive line, Xavier Woods, is questionable, who's kind of fell into that backup safety, third safety role anyway with Kevin Winston.
Yeah, which is a good thing.
Yeah, for sure. I would imagine Tuttle, question. But the Jaguars, there's nobody questionable. They have 4 out, and it's going to Patrick McCarry out, Trayvon Walker out, Eric Murray out, and Chuma Edogba. Is it Robert? Is Edogba and McCarry? Those are both the starting tackles, correct? Let him know. But Eric Murray starting safety and Trayvon Walker the starting pass rush. That'll be big. Armstead is back. Armstead against your hurt center might be a problem. Well, the hurt center's not playing, so I like Corey Levin, and I like both of our guards. So,
yeah,
if the Titans win and the Colts lose this weekend, for sure. I'm actually kind of excited to see what the division can look like. It's getting real murky out there, especially with the Colts. Only McCarry. Okay, McCarry is a starter.
I just wouldn't mind spoiling it for somebody. I mean, we're not going to make anything, but I wouldn't mind spoiling it for somebody.
I would just love to see because the Colts schedule is going to get hard going down the stretch, and the Jags Texas schedule looks a little easier. So, is it Dugba his backup? So McCarry is out. So that's a starting tackle. Hopefully, maybe Jihad Ward can get back there a little bit. I'm not sure when Femi's scheduled to get back, but it'd be cool. Antoine and Walker Lenore starting tackle. Okay. Cool. Got you. Walker Little's trash as well. Sorry, guys. So big thing for them. Brian Thomas is back. Brenton Strange came back last week, had a big game. So the passing offense is going to look a little better. But all for the Jags,
I might play Brian Thomas this week in fantasy.
I mean, he's been kind of a disappointment for most of the season. His hands have been a little questionable, but I mean, it can't hurt to have him back. It's be interesting to see him out there with Parker and Jacoby Myers. Like that's a good little 3 receiver set out there. Jacoby is got to be one of the better number 2s in the league, and Parker, at the way he's been playing, one of the better number 3s. If Brian Thomas can get back to being a number 1, and then you had Travis Hunter's out, but I mean, for them next year, adding Travis Hunter to that receiving group doesn't look bad.
Just a quick note on him. I think he's going to be better suited to just kind of pick a side, man, to be honest with you.
If I'm them, I'm putting him on defense and then having packages for him on offense.
Yeah, because he's like a Pac-Man Jones or something, because he's not going to be able to pull full time on both of those sides, man. You know, it's already kind of showing itself a little bit.
I agree.
I respect him and in the game and everything, and the athlete
he's a good player,
But it's just not. NFL is a whole different game, man. You know, it's something you can manage in college, I think. But he's going to have to pick a side to kind of stick to for the most part. Like I said, I think if they want to have him kind of wear both hats, that's the best way to do it, is kind of how you mentioned.
I think it always makes sense to play full-time on defense and packages on offense, because you're
Did Pac-Man Jones ever have an offensive touchdown? Yeah.
I
I know there was a lot of times he was out there in packages.
And screens and reverses. I can't remember if he had an actual touchdown.
I don't think he had an actual offensive
He had a lot of
touchdown.
punt return touchdowns.
Yeah.
Colts are stupid for playing Danny Nichols, hilarious, with a fractured tibula. I guess number one defense. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
With Will Anderson and Daniel Hunter coming out is gonna be kind of scary. Do not send Daniel Jones the video of JJ Watt versus Alex Smith before the game. Yeah, seriously. But for me, it's like just keep doing what you've been doing. Offense, progress, make Cam look better. Be like I said, hopefully get a little. You give him a little time, he's going to pick you apart. The biggest problem is that the tackles haven't always given him the most time.
Yeah.
For the defense, to me, it's going to be make Trevor Lawrence beat you. And he might do that. It's very much up and down with Trevor, and that's been his whole career.
Yeah, that's kind of his MO.
The last game was like the whole Trevor Lawrence experience. Hold on, how many points will DK have in fantasy this week? 0.5 PPR. I think he's good for 10 at least. 10, 12. He'll probably get. It all depends on a touchdown. I think he'll have 10. He probably might have like 5 catches, 50 yards in that range, and then he might score a touchdown.
Yeah.
So I'd say 12. But yeah, we're gonna need to stop ETN and Tootin, and that's it's easier said than done because they are two really good running backs. But the goal has to be stop them, make Trevor Lawrence beat you, and because he will take chances. They said that's before I got to that. Last game was like the whole Trevor Lawrence experience in one game. 4 turnovers, and some of them were really bad. Some of them, those kind of happened. But then he threw 3 touchdowns, and he made some throws. We're like, damn, he's good. So
it's
yeah, absolutely.
Well, ETN himself has been up and down too, so we'll see how they can stop the run and him as well. I know he's been up and down a little bit this season because he's been on my fantasy team.
If it's me, if I'm the Jags and they're smarter football people than me, but I'm running towards I'm not taking it up the middle. Don't try to take it up the middle because that's when you're going to meet Sweat and Simmons.
Yeah, you're going to see some beef up the middle.
Yeah, you're going to want to try to run off tackle and see what you can get out of that. And then for us, it's going to be, like I said, stopping that and then making Trevor Lawrence beat you and making him uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
So that's really where I stand on it. I mean,
I have a question for you. Well, go ahead and finish off what you were going to say after finish off the Jags or whatever. I was going to ask you a question.
I was just in the last 3 weeks, I've seen, I would say, quality losses. The Chargers game, the Texans game, and the Seahawks game, and Cam Ward has looked better and better each game, and that's what you'd like to see. Fighting to the end, covering the spread, doing better than people think you're going to do, and all the young guys look better and better, and then still losing and not losing that draft position.
Yeah.
For this, we play a lot of free safety, and then Cody Barton and Cedric Gray are both decent in coverage. I wouldn't say they're the best linebackers but they're both decent in coverage. And then we have a third safety a lot come down. All right, on left side can run block anybody. Anybody's question. I mean, Jeff Simmons can take on both of them by himself, and then the other guys can go free.
Sure.
But yeah, I think I do like to see something similar. But I do think this is a win that you might see the Titans come away with. Division game at home. The confidence is there because
I'm stuck between wanting to spoil it for somebody and wanting to just keep that first pick. I really don't. After going through everything, man, I don't want to lose that at this point.
I think
that's all we have to live for.
Yeah, Jaguars are definitely the more talented team at this point, and there's no question in that. But I think you've seen this team the last couple of weeks. They've been playing a little different. A little more confident,
There's nothing to lose at this point, They'd love to go out there and just kind of ruin somebody's season, if they could, anything.
Yeah.
I just hate how wrong or how correct the people were proven to be about the Titans this year, man. That's the part that frustrates me so bad. It's like all these people that were predicting 3, I really don't think they even know exactly what they're talking about, honestly. I think it's couth to like crap on the Titans. You know what I'm saying? Because they never get great reasons or anything. Some of these YouTubers and people that say, "Oh, Titans are going to be 4-14 or 4-13 or 3-14." And I just hate that they get proven right. I hate how right the Titans proved people this year. That's 2 years in a row too, man. I said the same crap last year. Like, hey, y'all. I need them to come on. You're embarrassing me over here.
John is a big Florida fan. Elam was a good cornerback in Buffalo. The Titans got a steal from the Cowboys. Yeah, I liked him coming out, and I remember him. Why? Because he got drafted by Buffalo. He only lasted he got hurt his second year, then he ended up with the Cowboys. Why did they release him? What's going on there? Because I think he's a good pickup, honestly, especially for a team that's lacking depth at the position. So can you tell me why has he been on his third team in 4 years? Because I think he was a first round pick, maybe a second, but he was an early pick.
Yeah, like every time I hear those words too, I'm like, when you hear the dreaded words, former first round pick, you're like, what happened then?
Yeah, I remember like his first season in Buffalo, he had a couple interceptions and played well, and I'm pretty sure he got hurt his second season. And then
dude, people revive their careers all the time. And it's not.
He came back. So I think that playoff game in Buffalo a couple years ago, or last year, he didn't have a great game. But like you're also talking about a guy coming back from injury. And he started like 7 games for the Cowboys, but the Cowboys defense has been bad. But it's not Kyrie Elam's fault. The Cowboys defense.
He wouldn't be the first round pick to maybe struggle a little bit and then maybe kind of revive. Yeah. There's a couple of guys you can name like that. I mean, Pac-Man Jones was one of them, man. He kind of almost ruined his career with silly stuff, and really little off the field kind of stuff going on with him. But yeah, I mean, he was able to have a nice career in Cincinnati. But yeah, so the question I was going to ask you, one question before we get going.
Mm-hmm.
What is your way too early? Say, just assuming Titans get first overall pick, who you taking next year? Way too early mock draft, man.
If I have to stick, because I mean, ideally, if you have the first pick, you want to trade down 3 to 5 spots and pick up some more picks.
Sure.
Find somebody
especially if you're gonna go something like a tackle or an edge rusher, maybe. It just depends.
I think.
And you also got to remember, guys. We're also we kind of know who we're kind of looking at, but we got to wait for the whole rest of the top of that draft to kind of settle as well.
If you're telling me I have to stick and pick at 1, it's going to be edge. It's going to be one of 3 guys. Ruben Bain from Miami. He has all the traits. Arvell Reese from Ohio State. He's a guy who can kind of move all around that linebacker. He can rush. He can play.
I like both of those guys, man. Those are 2 names that I kind of had right there. Who's your third name?
David Bailey from Texas Tech.
Okay.
Like 13 sacks already this season.
Yeah.
Big guy, can play the edge. Only way to change your team is by adding the best possible players. There's not more picks. Yeah. Well, that's what you try to say. Trade back and get one of those edges that are elite. You need an elite edge.
Right.
But if you're able to pick up
if you can drop 5 spots back and pick up an extra pick because you're going tackle and the
Jets that might be picking like 4 or 5, and then they have like pick 28, I think. And that'd be awesome if you get those 2 and maybe 1 next year. You can go like Carnell Tate from Ohio State, Jordan Tyson maybe. Chris Braswell from the Volunteers, who I hate UT, but Chris Boswell's an amazing receiver.
Yeah.
So.
Braswell?
Yeah.
Braswell he's good, man. He's fun to watch, dude. He breaks loose, dude.
You're going to another corner.
I just dropped my train of thought there.
I do agree with Brandon that best player available is true. And I think there has to be need in there somewhere, but in that where I want to pick, the best players available would be like Arvell Reese, David Bailey.
Yeah, and there is a strategy to it though too. Like if you know
quarterback, you're obviously not going to pick one because you don't need
exactly.
One.
That's what I was going to say. Like there's a little bit of strategy in it. Like if you know that you're for sure going like say left tackle or something first round, because you can drop and say you're the number 1 pick overall. You could drop probably a significant amount of spots depending on who's up there and what their roster looks like. You know what I mean?
Trade down and put the Ohio State linebacker. Yeah, Reese, I agree.
Yeah.
I like Reese a lot.
God, there's somebody that has like 3 first-round picks this year, isn't there?
It might be the Jets.
Yeah, somebody's got a handful of them, like 3 in the first round or
The
something.
Jets,
So.
they got one from the Cowboys for Quentin Williams. They might have gotten one for the Colts for Sauce Gardner, too. So
Okay.
that's what I'm saying. If you can get the first pick, I can see the Jets giving up 2 of those and maybe a second or maybe a
Yeah.
first next year to get that. Because, I mean, someone's going to fall in love with with Mendoza from Indiana, or Ty Simpson from Alabama, or Dante Moore from Oregon. Someone's going to fall
Yeah.
in love with one of those
Somebody's
guys.
going to want that quarterback. This is, yeah.
Exactly. I mean, this might not be the best quarterback draft ever, but those guys are good enough where somebody will fall in love with them and want to move up and take them.
Yeah, for sure.
And Mendoza's looked really good. So I think he might be the
Yeah,
guy.
well, I mean, I agree with the assessment though that like if you pick today, it's going to be one of those rushers there. That's our biggest need. It has been since last year. Well, since Harold Landry left, really, really kind of made that 9-1-1. But yeah, I agree. I'm Ohio State biased, so we'll go with
Yeah,
Arvo.
for sure. But I mean, he has a lot of talent, and like I said, he can do a multiple front where he can come after the pass, he can rush up the middle, he can drop into coverage, he's sideline to sideline, like he
Yeah.
easy as possible for the Jets to trade back to the first and have 3 second rounders, but they currently have 2. Okay, got you.
Okay.
It might have multiple next year as well. That might be what
It
it
may
is.
have been. It may be a season in the future. It might be like the 2027 draft or something. I saw something the other day where somebody's got a ridiculous amount of first round picks or something.
I would take, I mean, say you could be like, oh, they trade up. We get their first this year, first next year, and their second this year. I'm cool with that. You get 2 picks in the top of the second. I mean, you might be able to get Chris Braswell, and Colton Hood is another. And I'm not a UT fan. I'm naming these UT players. I actually hate UT, but they have some good, like Colton Hood from UT. The cornerback is a really good player, and make a lot of the fan base happy. I'm of the belief, like, I don't care once you in the NFL where you went to college, just help my team win.
Oh yeah, no, who cares, dude?
Yeah,
that's just no. I'm a weird college football fan anyway. People would hate me. I know when I talk about college football, just because I'm just a fan of teams, man. Like.
Okay, we'll touch on the. You got a second this year and a first next year. Then I'll touch on this for a second. If you want to, I've done a little. I mean, there's a handful of guys. Mike McDaniel, no, I wouldn't want to bring him in as a head coach. Now, if he gets fired and Robert Saleh, I would take Robert Saleh as my head coach and Mike McDaniel as my offensive coordinator.
Okay.
I like Clint Kubiak, the offensive coordinator for the Seahawks. I'm cool with I like Mike McCarthy, somebody who's been around and done it.
That's probably the guy I lean towards most because I kind of want some experience. I think I don't know if I want to try the offensive coordinator thing somewhere. A lot of Cliff Kingsbury being brought up, a lot of Brady being up. Joe Brady.
I don't want Joe Brady. I don't want Joe Brady.
I don't want somebody unproven this time. I want somebody, and no, I don't want John Gruden. I'm sorry, guys, man. I'm sorry to all of you Titans fans who want John Gruden, who hasn't had a winning season in the NFL since 2008. It's been 15. It's been 17 years since John Gruden had a winning season in the NFL.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like.
And you know what? There's a lot of argument. The dude won a Super Bowl with an inherited Tony Dungy team. Okay.
Let me tell you this: he hasn't his last successful season in NFL. Good drink. Right now, it's 21 years ago, guys. Come on.
Yeah. Was it been that long? So what year was it? I thought it was 2008. No. Oh, was it 2004? Okay. Mm-hmm. Golly, I was giving him a little bit of grace. So yeah, 2004, guys, that the dude had it with. And yes, he went to a Super Bowl, but like, dude, Mike McCarthy went to a Super Bowl with a Mike McCarthy coach team. Yes, he had Aaron Rodgers, but I don't know. There's been a lot of criticism behind that John Gruden Super Bowl, man. At least some of us. I don't know. I kind of look at that as a Tony Dungy team sometimes, man. That had been at least the base of it, man. I don't know. John Gruden kind of inherited a good situation there, in my personal opinion. Yeah. I love John Gruden too, man. He's he's a character though, kind of guys. He's not going to be coaching anywhere, I don't think, anytime soon anymore, man.
No.
And Lane Kiffin's been brought up a lot. I wouldn't hate that. I'm going to be real with you. I wouldn't hate the Lane Kiffin thing just for the pizzazz and the story and the attention it would kind of bring, I would actually be okay with it. But I think I still go. Yeah, that's an interesting one, dude. Especially with all the stuff in Knoxville that happened.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. Like he would have so much crap with all these Vols fans. Vols fans.
Oh, dude, they were setting mattresses on fire and crap, man. I remember.
There's a lot of I like Clint Kubiak, Mike McCarthy, and Robert Saleh. Probably top of my list. Matt Nagy is definitely somebody who might be, you know, he did have Sims. That's true. He did have Sims. And Brad Johnson.
And gosh, help me out. Help me out with old boy. I can never. I don't know why I can never say his name when I think of him. It's a simple name too. Old boy from Miami.
Mike McDaniel.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'd like to have Robert Saleh as the head coach and Mike McDaniel's my offensive coordinator.
Yeah. I don't want nothing to do with that guy, man. Like you mentioned him a minute ago. I don't know. I'm out on him, dude, completely. Like I don't know why his name gets brought up, but every time I see him talking about his team, I don't like any of his press conferences, man. I don't know, man. I don't like his demeanor. I don't know. I'm out. I just don't like the guy, man. I don't know why.
A couple weird names out there. Marcus Freeman, quarterback for Notre Dame. I like him. Jim Bob Cooter.
Jim Bob Cooter.
Yeah. Offensive coordinator for the Colts. I like him.
Yeah.
But those are like out of the box.
So if you're picking a first-time head coach, let's go this. If you're picking a first-time head coach next year, who is it out of all those names?
Clint Kubiak.
Kubiak.
Yeah, I like Clint a lot. What he's done with that Seattle offense, we saw it firsthand last week. I think he has a lot of potential.
Cool.
And he's someone who's actually called plays. He's calling. It's not like Brian Callahan where he didn't call plays till he got here. Like he's called plays before.
Yeah.
He's calling them right now. So
yeah, I keep saying Mike McCarthy, but that's just like my safest pick. You know what I mean?
He's definitely the safest for sure.
That's like the one that just feels like has the least blowback could come from it. You know what I mean? I feel bad for Callahan, man, because that was just rough, dude. I don't think he gets another chance as a head coach after that.
He'll be a quarterback coach, offensive coordinator.
Yeah, he's exactly. That's what I was just about to say. For the rest of his career now, he's kind of stuck where he's at, and I just don't want to go through that again, man. That was rough.
People that I think will get interviews are going to be like Jesse Minter, the Chargers DC. Cliff Kingsbury will get an interview. Brian Flores, the Vikings
Cliff
DC.
Kingsbury. I'd be okay with Cliff Kingsbury, I guess, out of some of those names, but
he always seems. I like him a lot, but I also one of the things is he always seems to get figured out eventually.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like teams figure him out eventually. Arthur Smith has been talked about as getting he obviously is popular around here. You know what's a crazy one I've seen is people have said Eddie George.
I don't know. I think he's a little unproven, right?
Yeah,
at that kind of level as a coach and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
I think he's got a little more climbing to do.
It's
you know a crazy stat though. It's messed up. I know you probably already know this, but
yeah.
Mike Vrabel has more wins this year than the Titans have since he left. it's rough, dude. That's bad, man. It's almost looking like I almost would go back and not make that decision now. You know what I mean? I would almost feel better I would almost feel better just and who knows where this team is if Vrabel doesn't get fired. Cam Newton, excuse me, good grief. Cam Ward might not even be the quarterback. It's a lot of like variables when you start bringing up hypotheticals like that.
Going much anywhere anyways because of John Robinson. And
sure, yeah, that's what I mean. It's a lot of variables, but yeah, just looking at everything we've been through the last couple of years, man. Whew, it almost would have been nicer just to have Vrabel still at least leading the team, man. But yeah, I think that was coming to a head regardless, man. Something was going to happen.
All right, give me your prediction. Score prediction for Sunday.
Score prediction for Sunday? I'm going to go 28-24 Jags.
Okay. I'm going to go.
I think Cam Ward maybe shows a few more flashes of brilliance at the quarterback position. Gets a couple touchdowns. Hopefully Pollard can eat a little bit.
That's the thing. We haven't had a run game the last couple weeks, and Cam has looked better.
Yeah, it's. But yeah, I think maybe Titans keep it close, but Jags I think pull away. They've been playing pretty decent lately.
I haven't given us the prediction for a win in a while, but I'm gonna give it to us this week just because I think there's a possibility this could be one we sneak out. We've been playing better. 27-23 Titans. Robert says 21-17 Jags in a rain game. Jim Bob
forecast for rain.
Yeah. Absolutely, Jim Bob.
So a rainy Sunday in Jacksonville.
Should we're gonna bring it around, and we're gonna do our final bite right after this. All right, at the table, we're eating dessert. Sometimes table for two. We forced 2 Lawrence interceptions. Marcus Harris gets one.
Let's say that again. Oh, I apologize. I missed part of that.
We forced 2 Trevor Lawrence interceptions, and Marcus Harris gets one of them.
Oh, I got you. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, absolutely. That's actually his real name.
I'm going to say Cam Ward throws for 2 passing touchdowns in an away game against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Okay.
And hold on, I'm going to add some icing to it though. One of them is going to be our boy X.
Okay, Strep gets hopefully.
Strep gets in the end zone, baby, in Jacksonville.
All right. Now, Jim Bob Cooter is a real name. It's the real offensive coordinator for the Colts. I know it sounds fake, but Jim Bob Cooter is the offensive coordinator.
No, we live in Tennessee. Them names exist, bro.
Everywhere. There are probably about 4 Jim Bobs down the street from me right now.
That's right. Jim Bob around the corner.
But on that note, thank you all for coming in. Thank you for being the comment. Brandon, Robert, always great to have around.
Absolutely. Go check those guys out. Third and Teal, Unstable Podcast, This Real Texas Team Podcast, all that.
Eric was in here. Yeah, man. Real Texas Team, Third and Teal. But yeah,
Unstable.
Unstable. Make sure you're here. Hit the like button, the subscribe button. We like to talk other football. This is a tight show, but we like to talk about football all around. So come like and everything. We got one more comment before we get out of here. Let me see what it is. I scrolled up. Honestly, Jim Bob make Trevor do good. Yeah, Jim Bob is a good coach. It's actually surprising he hasn't got a chance. Maybe just his name.
Dude, that name's been around forever. You've been hearing that in the league and stuff. It's a well-respected
he coached with Matt Stafford up in the Lions, too. So Jim Bob's actually a really good coach. I think his name is holding him back. No one wants to say, here's Mr. Cooter leading my football team. But on that note, tighten up. We'll see y'all after the game.